What if I told you that thousands of years ago, before satellites, before modern science, before recorded history, ancient civilizations may have tried to warn us, not about wars, not about empires, but about global disasters, about Earth's cycles, about the end of ages. They carved messages into stone, buried them deep underground, encoded them into symbols meant to last tens of thousands of years, not for their time, but for ours. And tonight, on Terra Mystica, we will uncover the most chilling question of all. What did they know that we don't? Throughout history, humans have left behind stories, monuments, and symbols. But some ancient messages don't celebrate kings. They don't praise gods. They don't record victories. They warn. They speak of fire from the sky, of oceans swallowing cities, of earth shaking itself clean. And they were built to last longer than any civilization ever has, which raises a terrifying possibility. These weren't myths. They were instructions. They were records. They were messages to the future. And that future might be now. In places like Göbekli Tepe, the Nazca Lines, Easter Island, and ancient Mesopotamia, archaeologists have discovered carvings that don't match everyday life. Instead of farming scenes or royal stories, we see falling objects from the sky, floods consuming cities, humans fleeing massive waves, strange celestial symbols, repeating catastrophic imagery. Why would ancient people who lived simple lives carve images of global destruction? Some researchers believe these carvings describe real events: massive comet impacts, sudden climate collapses, mega floods, events so devastating they nearly erased humanity. And if that's true, then these stones aren't art, they're survivor messages. Across the world, we find repeating symbols: spirals, serpents, eyes, falling stars, waves, broken suns. They appear in cultures that never met, from the Americas to Africa to Asia to Europe. How could isolated civilizations share the same warning imagery? Some scientists believe these symbols represent solar outbursts, magnetic pole shifts, meteor impacts, sudden sea level rise. Ancient people may not have had modern words, but they had memory, and they turned memory into symbols. Symbols meant to outlive them. Nearly every ancient civilization tells the same story: a great flood, a world reset, few survivors. From Noah to Utnapishtim to Manu to Deucalion, different names, same story. Modern science now confirms, at the end of the last ice age, global sea levels rose over 400 feet. Entire coastlines vanished. Cities were swallowed. Civilizations erased. What if these flood myths weren't stories? What if they were historical records, told through legend? And what if those who survived tried to leave us a message? This will happen again. Some ancient structures were built with one strange feature. They were sealed, not collapsed, not abandoned, sealed, as if meant to be opened later, long after their builders were gone. Examples include hidden chambers beneath pyramids, underground vaults in ancient temples, stone rooms no one could easily access. Why would ancient people build rooms they never intended to use? Unless they weren't meant for them. They were meant for us. Modern science now recognizes something ancient cultures always knew. Earth moves in cycles: climate cycles, magnetic cycles, solar cycles, extinction cycles. Some ancient calendars tracked tens of thousands of years, not seasons, not harvests, but cataclysms, which suggests they weren't guessing, they were recording. And if those cycles repeat, then the warnings weren't philosophical, they were practical. What if ancient civilizations weren't primitive? What if they were advanced, but fragile? What if they reached heights we can't even imagine, and lost everything? Not to war, not to politics, but to Earth itself. They may have tried to leave us one final message: civilization is temporary, but knowledge can survive. If we listen. Imagine surviving the end of your world. Your city's gone, your people gone, your history erased. All you have left is memory. Wouldn't you try to warn the future? Wouldn't you carve your story into stone? Wouldn't you beg them to remember? Maybe these ancient messages weren't about fear. Maybe they were about survival, a reminder that humanity has fallen before and risen again. The question is, will we recognize the warning, or will we become another lost civilization? Leaving messages for someone else to find? If this story moved you, if it made you think, if it made you question history, please like, subscribe, and share this video. And comment below. Do you believe ancient civilizations were warning us? History isn't what you were taught, it's what survived. And sometimes, the past is trying to save the future.